The materially inclined living entity is in a state of very deep intoxication. Thinking oneself to be all in all, such a materially inclined living entity, thinking oneself to be all in all. See, such a materially inclined living entity, he uh, uh, discredits everything and everyone. And that further increases the intoxication. So the attitude or the mentality to discredit everyone and everything and everyone itself is a very great stumbling block. And it is this attitude which uh, drags a living entity into deeper and deeper stages of intoxication. So, more the intoxication, more the madness. That is why a materialistic person the more materialistic a person becomes, the more unpredictable he becomes. Unpredictability. The more materialistic a person, the more unpredictable. And especially in the age of Kali Yuga, unpredictability is so rampant. Now, why unpredictability? Because really we cannot make out who is who. In Vedic times, there was clarity. At least it was clear who is who. A Brahmana will remain a Brahmana. So people will follow their, and if they don't follow, they will own up what they stand for. Not that no deceit. No deceit. Nowadays, it's very difficult. Like I have heard in Vedic times, people say Brahmana. Brahmana would be very truthful. Brahmana would be very much focused on spiritual life. People would have so much faith and trust in a Brahmana that suppose if they have to go out of their homes and they have a young daughter, they will keep the daughter in a Brahmana's house, even the Brahmana is unmarried. Having full faith, this Brahmana will never do anything. He is the only trustworthy person. And this was their level of faith, and this was the level of reputation the Brahmanas had. This was their level of commitment to following the principles of Dharma. So Vedic times categorizations were clear. If somebody is a Chandala, he will own up as a Chandala. He will not wear suit boot and say, I am very, I'm in the yellow pages, the elite citizens of Calcutta or whatever. No? So that's the point. So things are crystal clear. The demons would own up that they are demons. You can identify them. Now you cannot identify anyone. One may be in a devotee garb of a Vaishnav dress and maybe a demon inside. We don't know. So, yeah, the Vaishnav garb, the orange, and maybe a demon inside. So this So we have to understand that this false ego is a great disease, and false ego poses a great stumbling block in the path of a progressive sadhaka. And the purity aspect will never come about until the point false ego is given free space. So therefore, the Vedas, they are giving us, the Shastras, they are giving us principles, which is called as regulative principles. And these principles actually curb and keep the false ego in a constricted state. Doesn't give much space for it to grow. Doesn't give much space for it to grow. And you see, that is the only way the false ego can get purified. And that is the only way we can be saved from intoxication. Otherwise, intoxication is so miserable. It is so miserable. Like you say, every materialistic person, every person, in that sense, it is so ridiculous and it is so unfortunate. Just like devotees who are trying to seek a proper match for marriage. So you can find out that every person has his own samhita and matrix of what is right, what is wrong, how to evaluate. Every person will apply a different evaluation matrix and give a different grading to us. It appears as if that okay, it's like dealing with one person. One has to dealing with one person. One has to actually one has, is a conquest on a separate terrain altogether. Yeah, everyone has a different matrix, and one can experience. You talk to 5 people, the head is so frustrated and heavy because there is no consensus, there is no and there is no logic behind it. There is no logic, there is no reasoning, and one will be wondering, what is happening. One talks to 20 people, one will go crazy. That what is the matrix? And we are talking about ordinary people. These are ordinary people we are talking about. We're not talking about somebody who is having some extraordinary achievements or something. Ordinary, normal, common people, is it not? But the kind of mindset, the kind of is very difficult actually. We may feel lost. You say, okay, what all grounds I have to prove myself? This also, that also, that also, this also. What should I do? So this material world is like that. You try to deal, the more you try to deal in the material world on the material terms, the more one can go crazy. So what matrix I should follow? Similarly, you see the people who search for jobs, then they will see every company has their own matrix. If you want to enter that company, you have to follow their philosophy, their protocol. And one has to know the protocol, philosophy, and prepare accordingly. Like campus placements, every company has its own style. And if you don't know their style, you are at loss. They expect you to see the old papers, talk to your old seniors, take guidance, and work according to their specific. Somebody will ask one side, somebody will ask another topic, somebody will ask only algorithms, somebody will ask algorithms plus language also they want, language proficiency. Somebody will ask business management questions, somebody will ask all Somebody will only see smartness. Somebody will. Everybody has their own style, and one has to very specifically prepare for one company. Target one, and prepare. Otherwise, one will say, okay, I have a common preparation. Anywhere it may hit. So then you will only get startups. Nothing else. Is it not? No? So that's the point. So you see, it's so bewildering, no? And in professional career also, whenever one changes a company, one will feel as if I have come to a different world now. They will say, okay, whatever he knew was fine. We believe in this philosophy. You know? So you see, they people change, people change languages like you change dresses. People say, okay, I don't believe in, no, they change frameworks like that. They change languages like that. Is it not? And so somebody says, okay, you want to develop an app, you develop an app in Java. Somebody says, okay, I don't believe in Java, I believe in Kotlin. Somebody else says, no, I believe in Genpact. Another says, I believe in Flutter. What Shutter, Flutter, is it not? Shutter, Flutter, everything leading to gutter, like that. So that's the whole point. So one will go crazy. What should I do? So one fellow is asking one thing, another fellow is asking another thing, another fellow is asking. Somebody says, no, let's go to this .NET. Somebody is saying, let's go to this. What is that one language? What is that one protocol? What is that one principle? It is so confusing. It is so bewildering. Similarly, every country has its own Samhita. Every country has its own Samhita. You want to enter any country, you have to really bow down and say, Shishyaste ham shadi mam tom prapannam. You please guide me and show me the path of emancipation or whatever, evolution or like that. And then they will say, yeah, you need to be, you need to be oriented towards whatever, focused on money making and this and that, and so it's literally crazy. It's a very crazy world we are in actually, and you can see this craziness is false ego basically. So therefore, what is the way out? That's why Lord Krishna is telling there is only one way out. Just dump everything off, and follow the one line path of the regulated devotional service. That's the only solution. So that is why you see Srila Rupa Goswami is very clearly pointing out the aspect of purity is only going to come when there is strong adherence to the principles of devotional service. Diluted devotional service is no devotional service. Diluted devotional service is no devotional service. The devotional service only will pick grounds or footing or substance when the devotional service is taken as very strongly strong adherence to the regulative principles of devotional service. Because if it dilute, it will increase the craziness, the haziness and the craziness. Because dilution means now there is no matrix. Anybody will follow anything they like. That's the meaning of dilution. So one person dilutes one side, another person dilutes another side. So there is no limit to dilution. Somebody says, okay, we should hide our kantimala, na? Na? Even temple devotees should wear pant shirt when they go out, so that, somebody else says, no, we cannot differentiate much between preaching to boys, preaching to girls. People don't, appreciate, first you remain alive, Isn't that? Appreciation will come later. Isn't that? So, see, there is no, sometimes people say, no, we go to new people's places, we should eat what they're offering and all that, But you can tell them on a phone, what do you want to eat? Isn't that? Right? If you teach them the right thing, they will also start following, If you teach them offering, they will also start offering. Isn't that? So it all depends upon, if you tell them to, in a positive, logical way, if you tell them that, okay, this is how things are, the people will also start following. They'll also start offering, Sometimes, they will also start offering. So if you go in somebody's home and if you are cooking because you say, okay, the best prasad is, prasad cooked by 1600 devotees, like that. Then so many times, the household ladies, they get inspired, they said, okay, we'll also come to 1600 so that we cook and everybody will take, like that. So in a positive way, if you explain nice, people can actually pick it up, they also pick it up. But when they say no standard, nothing, it becomes a problem, is it not? So so there is, only when there is potential gradient, people will think of, coming towards, is it not? When people think there is no potential gradient, then where is the attraction to Krishna consciousness? Similarly, in a company of working life, if they find that, if people find that, okay, here is a devotee, is wearing kantimala, but his behavior is as good as anybody else, then what is the impetus for everyone to follow? Is it not? What do they see? Okay, he is very dedicated to his principles. Even if it is a party and there are these cuisines and all that, it's people are so attracted to eating outside restaurant food and all, and this fellow is not eating anything, he's just sitting, and he doesn't talk about any other mambo jumbo here, their subject matter. He's talking about pure Krishna consciousness, about spirituality. His vision is so clear and all. People, there is this gradient which the people feel. Then they feel, okay, let me go towards that side and explore it. That's the point. So when Vaishnavu told all of us, you wear, that he used to wear tilak and go to the company, the day I followed it, I could immediately see the difference. I could immediately see the difference. The day you follow, immediately what happens is that people, you understand, I am a devotee. Then one cannot behave in any cheap sense. One cannot talk to girls in any cheap way. They will also start looking. Are ye kya pehen ke ye kar rahe ho, Is it not? And nobody will mess up also, because they will understand, that this person we have to deal with dignity. And I could see people, it's not that people would not come to me. Or people would come to me, they say, hey, I'm feeling very stressed out. No, you hear some spiritual songs, no, you give us, So people would take that. Someday they'll say, okay, I have some questions. Can I ask? Or you give me a time, I'll come and ask. Some people will say, okay, I'll give you a drop, I'll give you a pickup, I said, no, I don't need. They said, no, we have some question, we'll discuss on the journey, So they would ask spiritual questions. So people, you see, only when they see some gradient, some difference, but if they see, okay, our life is as good as any other materialistic people, then where is the gradient and where is the, where is the gradient, Where is the attraction? So therefore, the principles of devotional service are important. Principles of devotional services. Similarly, when people see that, okay, here is an IIT pass out, is a software engineer, he is